When you hear the words, God said, I am coming tonight, something awakens deep within you. It's not fear, it's not panic, it's awareness. Because these words are not about the literal night, they are about the moment of truth, the awakening that happens when the divine presence knocks on the door of your consciousness. Tonight could be any night, but for those who are awake, it's the night when you finally decide to live with purpose. When God says, I am coming tonight, He is not talking about a specific hour or a visible appearance or a voice descending from the clouds. He is speaking to the soul, not the calendar. He is saying, awaken now. This moment is sacred. Do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. The divine message is not about fear, but about awakening. It is not about the end. It is about the beginning of consciousness. Tonight does not mean the time after the sun goes down. Tonight means the moment when you finally understand that this breath is the only one you truly own. Most people live as if they have unlimited tomorrows. They carry the illusion that life is long, that the universe will wait for them. That time will stop while they delay their purpose. They think, I will start healing later, I will forgive later, I will change when I feel ready. But readiness never comes from waiting. It comes from realizing that life is happening now. The divine does not send reminders through calendars. He speaks through moments, through silence, through the sudden realization that something inside you must move, must awaken, must rise. When you hear the message, I am coming tonight, it is not about preparing your outer world. It is about preparing your inner one. You don't light candles in your house. You light the fire of awareness in your heart. You don't open your door to the sky. You open your consciousness to the divine. Tonight means now, because every second is a door through which eternity enters. You cannot wait for a perfect time, because the perfect time is not found. It is created by your decision to live consciously. Think of how many times in your life you said, I will start tomorrow. You promised yourself that you would begin something sacred. Maybe to pray, to meditate, to apologize, to take care of your body, to chase a dream. And yet, tomorrow kept moving forward. It never arrived. You kept chasing it, and it kept running away. This is the trap of the sleeping mind. It loves postponement, because postponement gives comfort. It allows you to stay the same while pretending that change is coming. But when God says, I am coming tonight, He destroys that illusion. He is saying, there is no later. The only moment that carries truth is now. Imagine the divine standing before you, whispering, if tonight was your last night, how would you live? Suddenly, everything meaningless disappears. You wouldn't waste time arguing, gossiping, comparing, or worrying about opinions. You would speak softly, love deeply, and forgive quickly. You would be present. Because in that moment, you would understand that everything you were chasing was temporary, and everything you ignored was eternal. That is what the divine message wants to awaken in you. The ability to see the real value of this moment. Tonight means presence. It means that the sacred is no longer hidden behind plans and excuses. It means that you stop running from yourself. Every distraction, every delay, every maybe later is just fear in disguise. And fear is not real. It is a story your mind tells to keep you from stepping into light. The divine wants you to realize that awakening is not about finding a new path. It is about walking fully on the one you are already on. It is about giving your full attention to what is here, not what is missing. Presence is not a small thing. It is the bridge between the human and the divine. When you are present, you begin to see how sacred every breath is. You start to feel the rhythm of life beating in your veins. You understand that the sunrise, the wind, the silence, everything is a message. But you can only hear it if you are awake. God says, I am coming tonight, because He wants to see who is truly awake. The ones who are ready will not ask, when? They will simply open their eyes and say, I am here. In the Shaolin philosophy, presence is a form of discipline. To live in the now requires strength. It is easy to drift into memories or dreams of the future. It is easy to get lost in what-ifs. But the master learns to anchor himself in the moment. He breathes deeply, listens deeply, and moves consciously. This is the same energy the divine asks from you. When God says, I am coming tonight, he is asking, can you stay awake when the world is asleep? Can you stay faithful when everything around you is uncertain? Living as if tonight is the only night means you stop postponing your purpose. You stop saying, one day I will become who I'm meant to be, and you start being that person now. You stop waiting for signs, because every moment is a sign. You stop seeking miracles, because your existence itself is a miracle. When you finally live with this awareness, life becomes sacred again. Every word you speak becomes a prayer. Every step you take becomes meditation. Every act of kindness becomes worship. This is what the divine wants from you. Not perfection, but presence. Not grand gestures, but sincerity. When you realize that tonight means no, you begin to value the smallest things. You start to see the divine, not just in temples or mountains, but in the way the light falls on your hands, in the smile of a stranger, in the beating of your own heart. This is where God lives, not far away, but in the silent spaces between your thoughts. When you delay your purpose, you close the door to the divine moment. You say, I will open it tomorrow, but you don't realize that tomorrow never exists. The mind creates it, but the soul never experiences it. The soul only knows now. That is why all spiritual masters speak about awareness, because awareness is the home of the divine. God can only meet you in this moment, not in your past, not in your future, but here, now. Many people fear the words, I am coming tonight, because they think it means the end. But it is not an end, it is an awakening. It means the divine energy is ready to enter your life. If you allow it, it means the universe is knocking, asking for your attention. It means your higher self is calling, asking, will you finally live with purpose? You have been given this life not to sleep through it, but to awaken within it. So how do you prepare for tonight? You prepare by becoming still. You prepare by forgiving. You prepare by letting go of the noise that fills your mind and returning to simplicity. You prepare by breathing in gratitude, by walking with humility, by speaking with truth. You don't need to move mountains to meet God. You need only to be real. You need to be honest enough to admit where you've been lost, strong enough to return to the path, and humble enough to listen when the divine whispers your name. The divine does not measure you by what you have done wrong. He measures you by your willingness to awaken. Every night you live unconsciously is a missed opportunity to experience the miracle of being alive. But every night you live awake, even one breath of awareness, is a sacred meeting with God Himself. When you finally understand that tonight means now, your life changes. You stop waiting for happiness and start creating it. You stop waiting for love and start becoming it. You stop waiting for blessings and realize you are already blessed. You stop chasing light and realize it has been shining within you all along. The divine is not coming to bring something new. He is coming to reveal what has always been there, your soul, your purpose, your peace. If you knew for certain that tonight was your last, you would not waste a single moment. You would tell the people you love that you love them. You would let go of grudges. You would smile at the sky. You would thank the universe for one more breath. And that is the secret, living every day like that. When you live with that level of awareness, every night becomes sacred and every morning becomes resurrection. The truth is, God is always coming. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat is His arrival. The question is not when He will come. The question is, will you be awake enough to see Him? Will you be present enough to feel Him? Will you be humble enough to welcome him? Tonight means now. It means the end of waiting and the beginning of awareness. It means no more running from your truth. It means you stop living half asleep and start walking in light. It means you take full responsibility for your existence. Every thought, every action, every heartbeat, and you offer it to something higher. So when you hear the voice that says, "I am coming tonight," close your eyes and take a deep breath. Do not fear it. Feel it. Let it wash through you. Let it remind you that you are alive, that you are chosen, that you are being called to live fully. Let it push you beyond hesitation and into purpose. Let it awaken you to the reality that you were never meant to wait. You were meant to be. Because tonight is not a date. It is not a prophecy. It is a state of being. It is the eternal now. And in this now, the divine is already here, waiting, not outside of you, but within you, waiting for you to wake up and whisper back, "I am ready." When God says, "I am coming tonight," most people look up to the sky, expecting something to descend, a light, a sign, a miracle that they can witness with their eyes. But the truth is, when the divine speaks, his coming is not through thunder or lightning. It is through silence. His arrival is not through the outer world. It is through the inner one. When you hear, "I am coming tonight," you must understand that God is not saying he will appear to you. He is saying he will appear within you. The greatest illusion of humanity is separation. The belief that the divine exists somewhere far away, somewhere unreachable, somewhere we must earn access to. We are taught to look upward, to pray outward, to wait for something divine to come down. But in doing so, we forget the oldest truth: the divine never left. God is not in a distant temple or a faraway heaven. He is the stillness that lives in the center of your being. He is the quiet witness behind your thoughts. He is the invisible breath that gives life to your lungs. When God says, "I am coming tonight," he is not traveling from the heavens toward you. He is rising from within you, waiting for you to notice his presence. He is saying, "I will awaken through you. I will see through your eyes, love through your heart, act through your hands." The divine does not enter your life as something new. He simply reveals himself through your awareness. And the moment you realize this, everything changes. Think about how often you search for peace in the world. You look for it in relationships, in possessions, in success, in recognition. You think that once you reach a certain point, you will feel complete. Yet every time you arrive, you still feel something missing. That missing piece is not something you can find outside. It is your connection to the divine within. The external world can only give reflections, but the source of light lives inside you. When you close your eyes and turn inward, you realize that everything you were looking for was always here, waiting for your attention. When Shi Heng Yi teaches about awareness, he often reminds us that clarity does not come from adding more. It comes from removing what is unnecessary. The same is true of divine connection. God is not hiding. He is covered. Covered by noise, by distractions, by endless mental chatter. He is not distant. He is drowned out by your own thoughts. The divine doesn't move away from you. You move away from yourself. And the moment you begin to quiet the noise, he returns. Not because he was gone, but because you finally stopped running. When God says, "I am coming tonight," he is saying, "Be still enough to hear me." He is reminding you that his voice is not loud. It is soft, almost like a whisper, gentle enough to be missed by a busy mind. The divine does not compete with chaos. He waits in silence. When you are filled with fear, anger, comparison, or worry, his voice becomes faint. But when you slow down, breathe deeply, and let go of everything that isn't essential, you begin to feel something sacred within you. A calm, a warmth, a presence. That is him. That is the divine arrival. He doesn't come with fireworks. He comes through stillness. He doesn't shout his message. He speaks through intuition. He doesn't show his face, he reflects it through love. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, he arrives. Every time you forgive someone who hurt you, he arrives. Every time you silence your ego and listen to your soul, he arrives. God doesn't enter your life in extraordinary events. He reveals himself in the ordinary moments you take for granted. The divine arrival is not something that happens once in a lifetime. It happens every time you remember who you are. When you meditate, when you pray sincerely, when you sit in silence and feel gratitude for your breath. In that moment, you are experiencing his coming. That is the true meaning of I am coming tonight. It means I will appear in your awareness when you stop searching outside and start seeing within. People often say, I can't feel God. But what they really mean is, I can't feel myself. Because God is not a figure standing outside your life. He is the consciousness that allows your life to exist. You cannot feel the divine if you are disconnected from your own soul. That is why the path to the divine always begins with self-awareness. The more deeply you know yourself, the closer you come to knowing him. The more you purify your thoughts, the clearer the reflection becomes. Imagine a lake on a windy day. The surface is rough, broken by ripples, and you cannot see your reflection clearly. But when the wind settles and the water becomes still, suddenly, everything becomes visible. The trees, the sky, your face. The reflection was always there, you just needed stillness to see it. The same happens inside you. The divine reflection is always present, but your inner winds, fear, doubt, anger, ego, disturb the surface. When you calm them, the divine appears, perfectly clear, perfectly silent. When God says, I am coming tonight, he is inviting you to still your waters. He is saying, quiet your mind, open your heart, and I will reveal myself through you. This is not a poetic metaphor. It is the deepest truth of spiritual experience. You do not reach God by traveling anywhere. You reach him by going inward, layer by layer, through patience, discipline, and presence. In Shaolin philosophy, the outer journey and the inner journey mirror each other. A warrior trains his body to discover his mind. A monk disciplines his mind to discover his spirit. Every act of awareness, every breath, every movement becomes sacred when done with presence. The divine is not separate from daily life. He is hidden within it. When you eat with gratitude, when you walk mindfully, when you speak with kindness, you bring him forth. People often think that meeting the divine means witnessing something supernatural. But the highest truth is simple. You meet God every time you are fully conscious. You meet him when you see beauty without judgment. You meet him when you feel love without condition. You meet him when you sit in silence and realize that you are not your thoughts, not your fears, not your past. You are the awareness observing it all. That awareness is him. When you finally realize that the divine lives within you, fear disappears. Because how can you fear life when life itself is sacred? How can you feel alone when the infinite lives in your chest? How can you despair when eternity breathes through you? The divine is not a visitor who comes and goes. He is the essence of what you are. I am coming tonight means I am awakening within you now. But awareness requires responsibility. Once you know that the divine is within, you can no longer live unconsciously. You can no longer speak with cruelty or act without purpose, because every action becomes a reflection of something sacred. When you walk, you realize it is not only you who walks, it is life itself moving through you. When you breathe, you realize it is not only your breath, it is the breath of existence passing through your lungs. That realization transforms how you live. It brings reverence to every act. When the divine awakens within you, the world outside also changes. Not because it becomes different, but because you begin to see it differently. You begin to see the divine everywhere. In faces, in struggles, in silence, in suffering, in joy. You begin to see that everything is connected, that every person is another form of the same light, trying to find its way home. You stop blaming, stop hating, stop comparing. Instead, you begin to understand. And through understanding, you begin to love. That love, pure, unconditional, fearless, is the sign that God has come. Because when He truly arrives within you, He dissolves everything that isn't love. Anger turns into compassion. Fear turns into faith. Resistance turns into surrender. You no longer feel the need to control everything because you trust the divine flow that moves through your life. You begin to live with ease, not because everything is easy, but because you no longer fight reality. You move with it, you dance with it, you trust it. When God says, "I am coming tonight," it is not a warning, it is a promise. It means, I will remind you of what you have forgotten, that you are never alone. It means, I will return to you through your own awareness. It means, I will shine through your actions, your kindness, your truth. But for that to happen, you must be ready. You must empty yourself of pride, of resentment, of noise. You must become open, like a cup waiting to be filled. He cannot pour His light into a heart that is full of anger or ego. He cannot enter a mind that refuses to be still. He cannot live in a space that has no room for silence. That is why He says, "I am coming tonight," not to scare you, but to tell you prepare your inner home. Clean the dust of distraction. Sweep away the dirt of hatred. Light the lamp of awareness, because when your heart becomes pure, you will realize that He never left. You just could not see Him through the walls you built. So tonight, when you close your eyes, do not wait for a sound in the sky. Wait for the silence inside you. Do not expect a flash of light, expect a feeling of peace. Do not seek a sign outside, seek the warmth that rises from within. That is the divine coming. That is the eternal message behind those words. When God says,